Howdy. I'm the old ranger, and Death Valley's my stamping ground. Many's the tale of adventure I'm going to tell you about the Death Valley country. True stories, mind you. I can vouch for that. This story is about a man and a maid. It's laid back in the early 1880s in the country through which the 20-mule team shuttled back and forth between Death Valley and the little railroad town of Mojave, 175 miles away. In that remote region, a trading post.
Nice trim leg. I've been wondering what they look like.
You're just the kind that would.
Sure, I ain't one to buy no pig in the poke.
Well, suppose you just stick to buying pigs and leave me alone.
Ain't you never gonna thaw out, Lori? What do you got agin me?
Nothing. And I haven't nothing for you either. It's Sal. Look at the way he rides. So easy.
All Indians ride that way. It's born in them.
You got back in a hurry, Sal. Must have been something important in the mail.
There was, Lori. Something real important. But I can't show it to you here. Let's go where we can talk.
Now, what is it?
Close your eyes.
No, Sal, no.
You don't like it?
I think it's beautiful, but I can't take it.
I don't understand. I thought you loved me, Lori, like I love you.
Oh, I do. But I can't marry you, Sal. I just can't.
Why? Because I work for your uncle?
No, that has nothing to do with it. It's because of this.
Because I'm Indian? But what difference does it make when the heart inside is the same?
But is it? An Indian woman knows what an Indian man is thinking and feeling. He don't have to say anything. She just knows. And a white woman knows the same about a white man, but we'd be strangers underneath. No, Sal. It's best for like to marry like.
If you knew you felt this way, Lori, why didn't you tell me before now?
I just couldn't let myself think ahead till now, Sal. I just kept hoping things would stay the way they was with us.
My people have a saying. Once the arrow has left the bow, it's too late to correct the aim. White man would say what is done is done. I'll go pack my things.
You're leaving?
Our love has been something that we could be proud of, Lori. If I stayed, it might become something that would bring us shame.
Oh, Sal.
So, this is just the way I figured I'd find you, little Miss High and Mighty, making love to a dirty Indian.
No, Sal, please, I don't want no trouble. Come on.
You'll have trouble whether you want it or not when your uncle hears about this. Here, I thought you was something nice and fine, and it just shows you how a gal can fool a fella. And all the time you was carrying on with him. I'll bet he don't have to worry about buying no pig in the poke. What does that mean?
It don't mean nothing.
Oh, yes, it does. It means plenty. It means she ain't no better than them girls in town, not even as good, because they won't have nothing to do with no Indian.
devil's going on out here?
This Indian and lawyer are sweethearts. I saw him out behind the rocks.
Why, you dirty digger Indian.
With all the whiskey in you, that won't need disinfectant.
Get out of here.
I'm getting. But if you lay a hand on Laurie, I'll come back and I'll kick you. I'm returning to my people. But I leave my heart here.
And so, with everything in the white man's world suddenly fallen to pieces around him, young Salsapuetas headed back to the Cocopa village where he'd been raised.
Lahane.
I was on my way to trading post to find you. Hear me talk. I bring sorrowful news. Your mother, Weepaw, is dead.
Weepaw was good mother.
Her love for you was strong. Her last thoughts of you. She say to give you this. It is yours.
White man's ornament. I've never seen it before. A white baby. Joe.
Weepaw say to tell you the truth is on the rock by the wagon wheel.
Truth is on the rock by the wagon wheel. What rock? What wagon wheel? Was that all she said?
Her death was sudden. Her words were few. I have spoken.
Yeah, well, what you don't seem to savvy, Sheriff, is that dirty digger Indian tried to kill me.
Salsapuetas is no digger. He's a cocopaw. And you ain't told me yet what you was doing that caused him to throw the knife.
It was pestering my niece, Laurie.
I caught him pestering her.
That's right. When I ordered him off the place, he gave me this.
I'll question him when I run across him.
When? Listen, Sheriff.
Meanwhile, I'm looking for somebody else. You ain't had any suspicious-looking customers around lately, have you?
Suspicious?
Yeah, prospectors with an unnatural amount of money to spend.
No such animal around these parts.
Why?
Been a lot of mine robbing going on hereabouts.
You mean claim jumping?
These fellows don't bother to jump claims. They just go in and help themselves to the stuff. All the places shut down for the hot weather.
Well, ain't nobody showed up here when they spend money.
Well, keep an eye out.
I will. I'll let you know.
Don't you see, Laurie?
It's a white baby's locket, all right.
And I'm that baby. That's my name there, Joe.
This was so. Why didn't Weepaw tell you she wasn't really your mother while she was still alive?
I don't know. But she's told me now. With this. And the message she left.
Truth is on the rock by the wagon wheel. Sounds like a riddle.
But I'll find the answer. I'll find that rock. It may take time, but I'll do it. Only wait for me.
From that day on, Salsapuetas turned prospector, not hunting for gold or silver like most, but for the rock that would provide the clue to his identity, the proof that he was a white man. And months of fruitless searching has gone by, when one day, coming around a bend in a canyon...
Joe! It's your friend, Sandy. Joe! Cut it out, Joe! It's me! Cut it out, Joe. It's your friend, Sandy. Joe.
Son, I don't know where you come from, but wherever it is, you sure come just in time. No! Don't bring him too. Not till I get him tied up. He's loco.
Loco? You mean he's drunk?
No, just plain loco. From the heat. From sitting on that seat back yonder day after day and staring at the wagons ahead. Sort of like cabin fever.
Heard stories about this happening. I sort of figured they're just stories.
Well, it's a lucky thing for me you had a chance to find out different. Being a swamper on a 20-mule team ain't a hard job, but you got to have the right kind of constitution for it. There, that'll hold him. Now you can bring him to. How you feeling, Joe? Still unfriendly, huh? Couple of days rest in town will fix him up good as new. Say, how'd you like to make yourself $10?
Doing what?
Taking his place on that wagon as swamper till we get into Mojave? There's mighty nigh 80,000 pounds on them wheels. And it takes 2 men on the brakes going downhill to keep from running over the mules.
If I do the job good, can I keep it steady?
Well, son, after all you've done for me, there ain't nothing I can say but sure. My name's Sandy Edwards.
Mine's Joe.
Joe? No, that won't do. I don't know more Joes around me. Now, let me see. Bill, Ed, Charlie, Ike, that's it. I'll call you Swamper Ike.
Suits me.
All right, Ike. Let's get him in the wagon now and get going. Come on, Joe. We're going to make you nice and comfortable.
By the time they reached Mojave, Sal, or Swamper Ike as Sandy called him, had himself a steady job on the big team. And he had 2 reasons for wanting it. It gave him a chance to earn good money and a chance while doing it to scout the country between Mojave and Death Valley in his never-ending search for the rock that held the secret of his identity. It was desolate country. For 10 days at a stretch on the 165-mile journey, they never laid eyes on another human being. Much of the time, they never even seen each other, with the teamster riding down on the nigh-wheeler and his swamper perched on top of the rear wagon, working the brake on the down grades.
Dang hot weather will be on us before you know it.
Be back by dark, Sandy.
Ain't you never going to give up looking for that rock by the wheel?
Never.
All I can say is you sure deserve to find it.
Sandy.
Huh?
Did you ever do any praying?
Fred? Me?
That preacher over in Mojave. He said you can get anything you want just by praying for it. You believe there's anything to it?
I don't know. But you've tried everything else. Why don't you give it a fling?
I'm going to. was standing up on the ridge when I came out of the mine.
What was he doing way out there?
He's swamping for Sandy Edwards on the big team.
Think he saw you?
No doubt about it, but whether he recognized me or not, I don't know.
Yeah, we can't take any chances on that. The sheriff's been nosy enough as it is. Which way was the outfit heading?
South?
Well, the rate that they're traveling, you won't have any trouble overtaking them before they get to Mojave. With them sitting up there on that wagon, you'll be able to pick them off just as easy as a bottle sitting on a fence post. Get yourself something to eat. I'll take care of this load of ore.
Across the waste of desert, the big team crawled. Sandy Edwards at the jerk line, Swamper Ike atop the rear wagon, dreaming of Laurie. Unaware that at that very moment she was pushing her horse along the route they'd taken to warn him that Art Crowley was also riding to see him, with murder in mind.
Hey, Sandy, hold it!
Art Crowley's gunning for you, Sally. He aims to kill you.
Kill me? Why?
Uncle Fred put him up to it. They think you saw him stealing gold from Doc Whitley's claim.
Thanks, Laurie, for riding all the way out here to warn me. Might as well sit a spell and rest before you start back.
I'm not going back, Sal, ever. I'm staying with you and marrying you.
But I ain't proved nothing about who I am.
You don't need to. You're you. And I know now that's all that matters.
Now you two are talking sensible. But there's just one little obstacle between you and that preacher. Namely, a fellow named Crowley.
Did you hear him say where they plan on holding this little surprise party?
No. But they talked about shooting you off the wagon like a bottle off a fence post.
But the only place he could get close enough to do that would be when we're going through the canyon. If I only knew what spot I could pull a little surprise party of my own.
Yeah, but you don't. If you go wandering around looking for him, 10 chances to 1 he'll get you first.
Sandy, you pull ahead to the mouth of the canyon. Make camp as usual. Take care of Laurie. I'm going to borrow your horse. I'll be back by daylight. Head for the corral. We're going for a ride. Where? We'll find out when you get there. Now move.
Well, this is where you ran off to. Well, you don't have to bother to come back.
I'm not aiming to. I'm staying here, marrying Sal.
Now, where's Crowley?
Crowley? Why, he's gone to Darwin.
He's not either. He's hiding somewhere up in the canyon waiting to shoot Sal. I heard you and him planning it.
Is that what she told you? Oh, Crowley went to Darwin, like I said.
All right, put this on.
What for?
You're going to ride Swamper through the canyon.
Swamper? I don't know nothing about swamping.
You will by the time you get through.
Yeah, if Crowley don't get you before you get through.
I told you that Crowley went to Darwin.
And you got nothing to worry about. Put it on.
You win. He's up in the canyon.
Whereabouts?
Up on the ridge.
ain't shooting a bottle off a fence post, is it?
So you got him, huh?
Got himself. Slipped and fell.
We heard the shots. I was scared, Sal.
Not Sal. Joe. Look. Laurie, this is the proof I've been looking for.
The rock with the wheel. Well, I'll be darned.
Indian riding. What's it say?
Horse, this is a prairie schooner. This is the death sign. White man, white woman. No water. And this is the sign for the Kokopaw. A whole band of them came. They found a white baby. And this is a heart with the English word Joe in it.
It's your locket, Sal. I mean, Joe.
Well, by doggers, maybe that preacher was right about praying for what you want.
Only it's a little late. Don't make no difference now.
That's why you never found it before. It never did make no difference, and you two had to realize it.
But I still don't know my last name. I just can't call you Mrs. Joe.
Well, now, I've got a middle name I ain't never used. I'd be proud to give it to you. It's Williams.
Mrs. Joe Williams? How does that sound?
Wonderful.
Mrs. Joe Williams.
And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. There are some stories that absolutely stagger the imagination, and this is one of them. If it wasn't all documented in the archives of the United States government, you'd declare that nothing so fantastic, so colossal could have taken place as the events set in motion by the man known as the Baron of Arizona. Tom Whedon, owner and editor of the local newspaper in Florence, Arizona, lived through all these events.
I've even saved one of the first notices he posted back in '83. What a bombshell that was.
Aviso, hearken all ye men. That person or persons now situate on La Baronia de Ozonic, known also as the Peralta Grant, will be subject to removal unless proper arrangements are made.
Pay through the nose, in other words.
By order of the Baron Don James Addison de Peralta Rivas. Where was this Peralta Grant?
Not was, is. You're standing right in the middle of it. Here, I'll show you. It runs from here 225 miles east, clear into New Mexico, and south some 75 miles. Takes in nearly 11 million acres altogether, including the capital city of Phoenix and us, here.
One man owns the whole thing?
Every foot of it, so he claims. Every ranch, every building, every homestead, every mine.
My gosh.
You can imagine the panic when those notices appeared. Folks who had pioneered here, spent half their lives developing the land, suddenly discovering they were trespassers, facing ruin if they didn't come to terms with the Baron.
He just appeared from nowhere?
Like a bolt from the blue, but armed with every possible credential, a whole parade of documents.
Seems hard to believe.
I, for one, didn't believe it. I wrote a whole series of editorials urging people to stand up and fight for their rights against an imposter. Now it seems I was wrong. Two of the greatest lawyers in the United States, Roscoe Conkling and Robert Ingersoll, have investigated the claims, and they can't find a flaw in them. They've just issued a statement to that effect. James Addison Rivas is indeed the Baron de Arizonac and Caballero de los Colorados.
So, what are you going to do?
You said you wanted to be a newspaper man, graduate from typesetting.
Well, yeah, sure.
Then go down there and see the Baron and get me the whole story.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Saddle up and get going.
But gosh, where to? Whereabouts in all those 11 million acres?
Here. Only a day's journey on horseback.
Mr. John Rayburn of the Southern Pacific Railway.
Your Excellency, the directors of the Southern Pacific agree, in the light of our lawyer's findings, that the railroad is trespassing upon rights-of-way which belong legitimately to you, and are therefore prepared to pay for the privilege of crossing your property. I've brought with me a certified check for the amount you stipulated, $50,000.
My compliments to your directors. I'm pleased the matter has been amicably settled.
Mr. Frank Carlson of the Silver King Mine.
Mr. Rivas?
Don James de Peralta Rivas.
Acting upon instructions from the owners of the Silver King Mine, I've brought you this payment.
$25,000? A mere bagatelle.
It represents...
You mined nearly $500,000 worth of ore last year, declared a dividend of $200,000. And now you have the audacity to offer me, the rightful owner of this land, a paltry $25,000.
Which represents, as I was about to say before being interrupted, our first installment
Oh, well. That's different.
The Baron will talk with you now. His official audiences are ended.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, sir.
I found it very illuminating. So they all capitulated, even the big boys.
They have no choice.
They would like to know if they may be excused.
They have my permission.
You may go.
As heirs to the Peralta estate, I feel they cannot begin too young learning about its administration, meeting their tenants and
No, you cannot go in there. Don Peralta is busy.
I don't care how busy he is. I'm talking to him right now. So, little princess. Dress them in velvet, while our young'uns go around in gunny sacks. Well, let me tell you something, Mr. Don Peralta Rivas. Us settlers have had a meeting, and we're not paying any tribute. We're free Americans. We sweat blood to homestead this land, and we're not knuckling down to no land grabber with a fancy title. Rob us! Grind our noses! We'll show you whose land this is!
There was no need for you to run like that, Sophia.
I was afraid for the children.
You would not dare lay hands on a Peralta. Out the side door. You will remain here, my dear. My apologies for the disturbance.
Does this happen often?
They hate us, these people.
Was it our fault they settled on land to which they had no right?
The government had deeded it to them.
The government is going to compensate me for all my trouble in clearing these claims. I'm demanding $50 million.
I feel sorry for these people.
Would you like to be back where I first met you? These Spaniards, all temperament.
You're not Spanish yourself?
No, English descent. Born plain James Addison Rivas. It's my wife in whose veins flows the blood of the Peraltas.
My great-grandfather, McGill D. Peralta, received the grant from King Ferdinand VI back in 1748. He lived at court, was gentleman of the King's bedchamber. Wasn't that his title?
He had a great many titles, my dear. Do you read Spanish?
A little.
Then you might be interested in the Peralta genealogy. Over there. A beautiful example of old bookbinding.
Smell that old parchment.
Ah, here we are. The record of the first Baron. Don Miguel Nemecio Silva de Peralta de Cordova, with 2 pages listing the various titles and emoluments bestowed on him by the Spanish crown. Here the records show that his son, the second Baron, went to Mexico with his daughter and son-in-law, then later to California. In San Bernardino, they were caught in the flood, the famous San Bernardino flood. In San Bernardino, twin children were born to the Baron's daughter, a boy and a girl. The boy died, but the girl was christened Sofia Loreto Micaela Maso y Silva de Peralta, my wife, the only living blood descendant of old Miguel de Peralta, and heir to all his estates.
All our family records are just kept on a flyleaf of a Bible.
How simple, compared with all that.
Those are records, too?
Every one of them.
Gosh.
Don't be alarmed. You will not have to look at them all.
Well, there's one thing I would like to see, and that's the original grant itself.
That, unfortunately, is not in my possession at the moment.
Oh.
It's on exhibit at the state capitol in Phoenix, along with some other documents sent over by the Spanish government. We felt it might be of interest to the public, since the barony takes in such a large part of Arizona.
Bill, you're a born reporter. Couldn't have gotten a more complete story myself.
Well, this isn't all of it. Would you go over to Phoenix with me and take a look at the Peralta documents on exhibit there? The original grant's among them.
You go.
I've already seen them. Stopped on my way back from the Barrens.
And what's the idea of going again?
Oh, I got to thinking we might get pictures of them.
We should, by all means. They're not too faded to reproduce well.
You're a better judge of that than I am.
Nonsense. You know a lot about paper and print. However, I'll go with you.
Thank you, sir.
Matter of fact, I'm curious to get a squint at the document that's made us all underlings of the Baron of Arizona.
And here's the grant. Royal decree. Signed by Ferdinand VI of Spain.
Those old printers weren't half bad either. When you think that's almost 150 years old.
I don't.
You don't what?
I don't think that paper is more than 15 years old.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying that this document isn't old either. The date is 1757. Take a look at the watermark on the paper. Big Cedar Bond. Made by a mill in Wisconsin that wasn't started until after the Civil War. Jumpin' catfish.
So this is why you were so anxious for me to come here.
Yes.
You haven't breathed it to anyone else?
Not a living soul.
Good. We've got to act with the utmost caution so Rivas doesn't get wind of it.
And we've got to act fast, too. These documents are being returned to Madrid any day now.
I'll have an expert on the job in an hour.
I'm sorry, madam. The exhibit is closed. That was close. How much longer is it going to take the learned professor?
I don't know.
I don't see why we have to go through this rigmarole. We know the papers are forgeries.
I've been made a fool of by the Baron before. This time I'm not showing my hand until I have indisputable evidence to lay before the authorities.
Well, well.
The signature of the king was written with a steel pen, not quill. And the ink used is what is known as logwood, invented by a German scientist.
When, Doctor, when?
Sometime during the present century.
That's all we need to know. Next stop, United States Court of Private Land Claims.
They've arrested the Baron.
What does he say?
Denies everything, of course. How's this look? The biggest type we've got.
I was nearly 16 years old before I learned who I really was. I had grown up a waif, passed from hand to hand, and was working as a servant on a ranch near the Dragoon Mountains in Arizona. when one day a stranger sought me out and told me things that were to change my whole life.
Sofia Loreto Micaela Masso y Silva de Peralta.
That's me?
I'll take you to the mission of San Salvador, near San Bernardino, and show you the birth record.
I can't read.
Oh, my poor little Sophia. We'll change all that.
What are you looking at?
The blueness of your veins, in which flows the blood of Spanish grandees. I've been searching for you for years, my child. Thank heaven I've found you.
He placed me in a convent school where the good sisters educated me, trained me in the ways of a lady. He bought me beautiful clothes, jewels. He showed me the world. And I loved him with all my heart. It was on our honeymoon in Spain that he gave me these twin miniatures.
Your great-grandfather, my darling, Don Miguel de Peralta, and his wife. From whom you inherit the vast Peralta grant and the title, Baronesa de Arizona y de Colorados.
And what does that make you?
Baron, of course, my sweet simpleton. Baron of Arizona. It all started back 30 years ago when I was a streetcar conductor in St. Joseph, Missouri, with plenty of time on my hands to dream. I wanted to become rich and powerful as the old Spanish conquistadores I'd read about. How did they get that way? Through land grants from the crown. Gradually, the idea took shape in my mind. There was one great talent I possessed, which I'd used in the army to advantage. I was an expert forger. So I gave up my job on the horse car and drifted down to Arizona. And there one night, in a cheap frontier restaurant, fate played right into my hands. In the person of a ne'er-do-well by the name of Willing.
300 square leagues of land in the very heart of Arizona. It's worth millions of dollars.
Only it's a fake.
What do you mean, a fake? Why, I got this straight from one of the Peraltas down in Mexico.
Oh, no, you can't fool me. I'm an old hand at this game. How much do you want for it?
Well, it cost me $1,000.
I'll give you $10.
$10? That's an insult.
Go peddle it somewhere else.
Make it 20.
15.
Well, would you like me to make out a deed?
No, thank you. I can attend to that myself. I now knew what I was going to do. It would take time and patience, ingenuity and nerve. But I was going to establish my claim to this fictitious grant of 300 square leagues. Nearly 11 million acres in Arizona. I studied Spanish, old and new, till I was a master of the language. I practiced the art of writing on parchment with a quill pen, copying the style of the old scribes and padres. I invented an entire family tree for the Peraltas, with documents to substantiate even the tiniest twig. I traveled to Mexico, to Portugal, to Spain, placing these forgeries in the proper places among official records, in libraries, museums, and monasteries. Sometimes it was only necessary to erase a few words with chemicals, substituting others in their place. Sometimes I would exchange whole pages. How did I gain access to these archives and not get caught? I managed. Like the time in a monastery in Sevilla, when the padre in charge insisted on hanging around.
Senor, you are ill?
Just faint. It will pass.
The air in here is close and musty. You are not used to it. Here, senor. Sit down. There you are.
I'll be all right. If I could just have a glass of wine.
Certainly, I'll get it right away. You stay where you are.
Thank you. It took me nearly 10 years. Even then, I wasn't through. To cement my claim, I would marry a girl whom I could pass off as the only living descendant of old Miguel de Peralta. She must be the right age, a waif, ignorant of her own origin, beautiful and gullible. I found her. The rest you know, gentlemen.
James Addison Rivas, for the crimes which you have committed, this court sentences you to 6 years' imprisonment in the state penitentiary at Santa Fe.
Somebody said they thought they saw his wife not long ago in a little Mexican village. It's where she took the children after the divorce.
Well, if folks are kind, they'll leave her alone.
Good morning. Rivas, you recognize me. I'm glad. So many people don't.
What brings you here?
Oh, yes. The bright young man who knows so much about ink and paper.
If you've come here to threaten us...
Threaten? No. I want to give you a story for your newspaper. I have devised a plan for a huge water project that would irrigate this whole region around here. Revolutionize agriculture. Oh, it'd take money. Millions of dollars. But I will float a bond issue.
You?
Once the public learns the facts, they'll rush to subscribe. All I need is publicity. A good front page story.
Mr. Rivas.
Do you have a map of Arizona here? The idea is to build a great dam on the Gila River, impound its waters. The place is southeast of Globe, where the river bends. Here. The Peralta Grant. 300 square leagues. 11 million acres. And I owned it.
Claimed you did.
I fooled the biggest men in this country for 12 long years.
And you might have got away with it longer if it hadn't been for little men like Bill here all over America who know their jobs.
For a while, Rivas skulked around the streets of Phoenix. Then he faded from sight altogether. And that, my friends, is the story of the Baron of Arizona. Fantastic, colossal, but true, every word of it. Howdy. I'm the old ranger, and Death Valley's my stamping ground. Many's the tale of adventure I'm going to tell you about the Death Valley country. True stories, mind you. I can vouch for that. When you're telling stories from real life like I am, it's often hard to know just where they begin. In this particular story, it might seem as if the beginning was the end. I'm certain Tiger Lil thought so, that night in November 1871. Tiger Lil, the Queen of Virginia City, toast of that famous mining camp.
Frank.
Look, I didn't expect you to meet me out here.
Oh, the dressing room was hot and there were too many girls around. What's the matter, Frank? Are you in trouble?
Trouble? No, I'm not in trouble.
Oh, thank goodness. Your note gave me an awful scare.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to see you for a moment to say goodbye.
Goodbye?
Yes. I've been called back east unexpectedly. I'm leaving on the night stage in a few minutes.
Well, you're not going for good, Frank.
Possibly not for good, but it does look like it'll be a long time.
Well, I kind of thought you were planning to stay out here. Maybe get married and settle down.
No, I'm afraid not. Man has to find a girl first.
And you haven't.
Well, not one who'd be right.
You mean a lady?
Let's just say a girl who's used to the same things I am. I know it sounds stuffy, Lil, but I'm sure you understand.
Sure, Frank. Sure, I understand. A smart young mining engineer like you from the East. Fine family. Fancy friends. Well, you should be careful to pick a wife who'll be a credit to you. Well, I wish you luck, Frank.
Thanks, Lil. I wish you luck.
Me? I don't need any luck. Why, what more could I want than being the Queen of Virginia City, with every man at my feet? You better go now, Frank.
Yes.
You'll miss your stage.
Goodbye, Lil.
Hey, Tiger, what are you doing out here? The boys are yelling for you.
Let him.
It's a new fellow in there with his pockets just busted. What'd you say?
He's gone, Tony. Worked out on me.
Frank Johnson?
Said I wasn't good enough for him. Well, I'll show him. I'll show him I'm as good as he is. I'll show him I can be a lady.
Sure you can, honey. Sure you can. Now you go inside and fix yourself up. That crowd's waiting to hear you sing. Tiger!
Oh, you hear me, Tony? I'm through. I'm through singing. Through dancing. I'll never go to saloon again. You hear me? I'll never go to saloon again.
And from that night on, Tiger Lil disappeared. As the years passed, her name became a legend, not only in Virginia City, but in other mining camps of the West, like the town of Bodie, high up in the Sierras. Every girl who worked there dreamed secretly of being another Tiger Lil. But the most you could say for him was that some of them dressed as well as Lil used to.
And then he put his arms around me and kissed me.
And what did you do?
What could I do with my hands full of money?
Hank, bad news about Bessie.
Yes, Doc says she's got the pneumonia.
She would get sick. And with that big shindig coming up tomorrow night.
Ain't you got a heart, Hank?
Sure. Pure gold.
Beats in time with the cash box.
Where are you girls going?
Miss Millets?
The dressmaker.
What, again?
What do you keep buying liquor for?
My stock and trade.
Clothes is ours.
Good morning, Miss Millet. Nice day, ain't it?
Fine.
Millet.
Oh, how do you do, Mr. Coker?
You shouldn't be carrying such a load.
Oh, they don't weigh anything.
Here, let me take them for
They're
you.
really just some dress goods and ribbons and lace.
Vanities.
Necessities for a dressmaker.
Sure, but I'm glad to see you don't go in for such fripperies yourself, ma'am. The way some of the females in this town trick themselves out is enough to make a man blush for shame.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I'll take him inside for you.
Very well. Thank you.
You're welcome. You know, this is the first time I've ever seen your shop except through the windows.
I'm getting some heavier curtains. Brocade.
Uh-huh. Mighty nice place you've got here.
It serves.
You do a right smart amount of business, don't you? Dressing those dance hall girls.
I manage to keep busy.
It's a mystery to me, though, how a little lady as plain and sweet as you can make the kind of clothes that almost tempt the devil himself.
Very simple. I just pretend I'm the devil and work from there.
Oh, so you cook, too.
Do help yourself, Mr. Coker.
Good. Yes, sir? You know, Miss Millet, the first time I ever laid eyes on you, I said to myself, Ira? Ira, I said, there's a real woman for you. Make a fine wife. Not one of these fancy females, these
Daughters of Babylon?
Yes, exactly what I was going to say. Daughters of Babylon.
Hi, Miss
Pansy. Hi, May. Hello, girl.
My stars and garters. Look who's mooching a free meal off in Miss Millet. Did you know, Miss Millet, that this guy's pants haven't got any pockets in them?
That's not true.
Certainly it ain't. He's got pockets, only they're sewed up. Let's see. No, girls.
Oh. I'll be back, Miss Millet. When a respectable man can have a respectable talk with a respectable woman.
Leave the door open and clear the air. If I was you, Miss Millet, I'd toss that guy right out on his ear.
Come on, let's psalm singing, mealy-mouthed hypocrite.
Come on now, Pansy. We'll try your dress on first, and we'll get to yours next, Sue.
Will it be done by tomorrow night? I mean, for the big doings.
Oh, don't worry, Pansy. I'll finish it. Plenty of time. There we are. There we are.
Oh, that's pretty. You do swell work, Miss Millet.
Oh, it is pretty.
Whose dress is that? Ain't it beautiful?
Oh, that's Bessie Hart's dress.
But she's sick, you know.
I know. It's such a pity. She was counting on wearing it so much.
Well, look who's coming into town.
Oh, who is he?
Wonder where he comes from.
Wonder how long he's going to stay.
Miss Millet, you should have seen him.
Handsome. Oh, la la.
Like a knight on a charger.
Sue, dear, if you put your dress on now.
Ain't you interested, Miss Millet? In men.
Oh.
Not at all.
Well, of course I am.
Well, you certainly don't act like it. Ain't you never had a beau?
Oh, yes, Pansy. Dozens of them.
Gee. What kind of a life without men?
A very peaceful one.
Hey, Johnson!
Jim Bryant. How are you, Jim?
Thought you were coming in on the stage. I rode into town to meet you.
Well, I had a few stops I wanted to make along the way.
You look like you could do with
A bath?
That too. But you better wash the dust out of your throat first.
Well, now, that's a good idea.
Well, just mud in your eye.
Howdy, Mr. Bryan.
Hello, Hank. Meet Frank Johnson.
How do you do?
Mr. Johnson's the consulting engineer from the East.
First trip west?
No, Hank. I've been out here before.
Set him up again for the gentleman, Ed. That'll match, Mr.
That's mutual.
Hello, Jim. Who's your friend?
Mr. Frank Johnson, Pansy Tate, Sue,
Just Sue.
and May.
How do you do?
Hello. Hello.
You're wasting your time, girls. Frank's a woman hater.
Nothing of the kind, Jim. He does me a grave injustice.
Ready to go over to the hotel and get settled?
Yes, I'd like that very much. Ladies?
He's out of our class.
Yeah, he's a gentleman.
Well, let's us be ladies.
Oh,
Good evening.
Mr. Coburn.
I hoped I'd find you alone. I brought you this.
Thank you.
Sweets to the sweet. It's the best candy you can buy. Came in on the stage this afternoon from San Francisco. Will you see, they have coconuts and caramels and everything.
Won't you have one?
Well, since you press me. Miss Millett, I ain't one to beat about the bush. And there's no telling when them Jezebels may be popping in here again, interrupting us.
Who?
Them customers of yours. Why, they're Satan's own brood, Miss Millett. And there's nothing they'd like better than to lead you down the same primrose path.
Oh, I don't think you need to worry about that, Mr. Coburn.
You should have someone to protect you. It ain't right or natural for you to live alone like you do. You need a husband.
A husband?
Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't aiming to rush you. Take your time and think it over. Marriage is a solemn business, not something to be gone into without due consideration. I'll drop around tomorrow for your answer. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Men who work hard, play hard. And in the mining camp, holidays were something they really looked forward to. Even Miss Millett found herself walking faster as she went about her business. Just a mite too fast.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Johnson.
Good morning.
Going to the dance tonight?
Well, possibly, if I can make it.
I'll be looking for you. Special.
Thank you.
That's mighty pretty perfume you're wearing, Miss Pansy. A fella can smell you coming a mile away if the wind's in the right direction.
I thought you didn't go for dance hall girls.
Oh, I have my weak moments.
Well, don't count me as one of them.
Hello. Hello, Pansy.
Is my dress ready yet?
Yes, I'm just getting the bastings out now.
Good. Folks is already arriving in town. Hitching rails is filling up. Boy, wait till Handsome gets a load of me on this.
Who?
Fella who hit town yesterday. Remember? He rode by here. Answer to a girl's prayer. If I don't knock his eyes out in this outfit, I'm going to start taking in washing.
How do you know he's going to be at the party?
Why, everybody's coming. Not everybody in Bodie.
You mean almost everybody.
Why don't you go, Miss Millett, for once? I mean it. Do you good to step out and have a good time. How about it?
In this costume?
Well, you must have something you can wear.
Oh, Pansy, you know the old story about the shoemakers. Well, it's the same thing about dressmakers.
Well, you can whip something up.
Not in half a day.
If you started right now, you could...
Pansy, I have too many other things to do.
What?
Well, I've got to take Bessie Hart's dress over to her.
But she's sick.
She sent word that she wanted it anyway.
Is she crazy? With a temperature of 104?
If it means anything to her, I'm going to take it to her.
All right. I'll take it myself. And in the meantime...
Pansy, it's no use. I'm not going to that party tonight. Wild horses couldn't drag me.
Is something nice dream about when I leave.
Now, don't you worry, Bessie. Your dress will be there. I promise you.
Looking for somebody, Pansy?
Oh, mind your own business.
Good advice for you to follow, too.
After I graduated from college, the first important job I had was in Virginia City.
How long ago was that, Frank?
6 years. Well, just like everything else, the place had changed.
Say, did you know an old man Mackenzie in Virginia City?
Will Mackenzie? Well, yes, I know him very well.
He's here now, right down the street. Would you like to drop by and say hello?
I certainly would.
Miss Millard? Miss Millard, it's me, Ira. Miss Millard, it's Ira.
Miss Millett! No, it can't be.
Good grief. And to think it was my idea you're coming. Cut my own throat. That's me, the big chump.
Pansy, I didn't come because of you. I came because Bessie asked me to.
Don't make no difference whose idea it was. It's still a good one. Let me buy you the first drink, Miss Millie.
Well, all right. Maybe just a little wine.
Fine, fine. Good. Wine for Miss Millie. And to think that all the time you were living right down the street with them looks. And none of us noticed.
Yeah, old Mackenzie's been doing pretty well.
I'm glad to see it. Hasn't changed in 6 years. Jim, I'm a bit tired. I think I'll turn in.
Oh, come on and have one more drink. It's still early.
Well, all right.
Dance with me, Miss Millet?
Oh, please, not to that music.
What's wrong with it?
Nothing's wrong with it. It just brings back memories, that's all. I used to sing to it years ago.
She sings. Did you hear that voice, Miss Millet? Sing. Hold it, George. Will you sing for us, Miss Millet?
Oh,
Forget the memories. Tonight's tonight, and the place is yours.
Beautiful dreamer, wake unto me. Starlight and dewdrops are waiting for thee. Sounds of the rude world heard in the day, loud by the moonlight, have all passed away. Beautiful dreamer, queen of my song, list while I woo thee with soft melody. Gone are the cares of life's busy throng. Beautiful dreamer like unto me. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me.
Tiger Lil.
Tiger Lil, the Queen of Virginia City.
To start the Golden Slipper, by God.
Lil.
I'm afraid you're mistaken. The name is Millet. Miss Millet.
I heard what that fella said about what you was. And I've come to tell you, don't change my mind none about getting married. I'll marry you tonight if you say the word. You can depend on me, Lil. I'll make a good woman of you.
Why, you crawling hypocrite.
I ain't no more hypocrite than you are.
You let them touch me, you...
Get out.
I'll have you jailed for this, you and your fancy woman.
Get out.
Thank you. When you leave, I'll be sure and lock the door.
Lil.
Oh, why did you have to come here to Bodie? I've spent 6 years building up a whole new life. You tear it down in 1 minute. Now I'll have to go somewhere and start all over again.
In that case, you'd better hurry up and pack.
I'll go when I please, Frank Johnson.
The stage for San Francisco leaves in an hour.
I'm not going to San Francisco.
Yes, you are, Lil. With me. That's why I came back, hoping to find you. I looked everywhere, but you'd gone. You haven't been out of my mind for 1 minute ever since I was fool enough to leave you. Lil, will you marry me?
No.
Yes.
And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. I got out the dictionary the other day as I was mulling over this particular story and looked up the definition of the word beard. And this is what it said. The hair on the face of a male adult, specifically chin whiskers. A tuft. Tuft my eye. They never saw the fella I'm going to tell you about. the man who claimed to have the longest beard in the world. His name, Barnaby Taylor. Occupation, small-town lawyer in the western mining district. Distinguishing feature, a beard which has been growing uninterruptedly for 25 years, and which now, on this spring day in 1893, measures, well, let's guess. Barnaby himself stands 6 foot tall.
Barney. Well, Ed, Jack, we were just talking about you.
We've got a proposition to put up to you, Barney.
A wonderful idea. What is it?
Let's adjourn to the privacy of your office.
Sounds important. Oh, you'll think so when you're here.
You're suggesting that I run for Congress?
It's high time this district had a proper representative in Washington. Someone who'd really put us on the map.
Maybe boost the price of silver. Think what that would mean to all of us.
Well, yes, certainly. But I've never been active in politics.
That doesn't make any difference. You've got what it takes.
Gentlemen, I'm flattered that you think so highly of my abilities.
It's not what's inside of your head, Barney. It's what's outside.
It's your beard. That beard will get you elected.
There's no beard in the state can compare with it. In the whole United States of America.
In the whole world. But is that enough to get a man into Congress?
What does a beard stand for in the minds of people?
Manhood, virility. Isn't that right?
Well, yes.
Look at all the great leaders of history. Bearded, every one of them.
The kings, the prophets, the generals, the presidents. Grover Cleveland. A mere mustache. But what do you expect from a Democrat?
You'll run on the Republican ticket, Barney. We've got the campaign all figured out. Barnaby Taylor for congressman, the candidate that represents the strength of the West.
I like virility better.
I agree with Barney. Stand up, Barney. Magnificent.
If that doesn't inspire confidence in the constituent, I don't know what will.
Oh, come now, gentlemen, gentlemen.
Then you will run, Barney?
Well, you really bearded me in my den. I accept the candidacy.
Well, now you're talking, Barney.
Good afternoon, young lady. Is Miss Trent in?
Oh, yes, sir. Won't you come in?
Thank you.
She's right in there, in the parlor. May I take your hat?
No. Watch this.
Mr. Taylor.
Miss Trent? Forgive my manners, but I just wanted to announce to you that my hat's in the ring.
Mr. Taylor, this is so sudden.
As United States Congressman from this district in the forthcoming elections.
Congressman. Oh.
Is that the same as a senator?
Run along, Cora, and read over the Constitution before supper. Article 1.
Yes, Miss Trent.
Now, what is this about Congress?
A delegation waited upon me in my office this morning and persuaded me it was my duty to run. It's high time this district had a representative in Washington who'll really put us on the map.
You're just the man to do it. You're able and honest and...
And I have virility. To wit, think back over the history of the world, Miss Trent, and what have all the great leaders had in common? Beards.
Beards?
Kings, prophets, generals.
Presidents?
Not George Washington.
Oh, well, that was in the days of wigs. When wigs came in, beards went out, and vice versa. What does a beard signify to most people, Miss Trent?
That you're a man.
A strong man, a virile man, and that will be the keynote of my campaign. A vote for Barney Taylor is a virile vote. I rather like that alliteration, don't you? Virile vote.
It's an unusual platform.
My managers feel that it's a very sound one.
I hope you're elected, though we'll miss you here.
Miss Trent. Francis, would you consider accompanying me to Washington as my wife?
Mr. Taylor.
It would make me very proud and happy.
You honor me, Mr. Taylor.
Please, Barnaby.
But I'm already wedded. To my career.
Oh, is that all?
All? I've spent years building up this school. Not easy, a young ladies' seminary in the West. I couldn't abandon it now.
Does that mean you're never going to marry?
Oh, I wouldn't go so far as to say that. Perhaps someday.
Then I can still hope?
There is no man for whom I have a higher regard than yourself, Mr. Taylor. But I think you'd better just concentrate on politics for the time being.
It would be a great help to me to have a wife of your charm and intelligence by my side.
You have your beard.
Of the United States Congress is man's work, my friends. So don't send a boy to do it. Send a man of strength and vigor, a man who will bring to the tasks at hand all the stamina and virility that are associated with the West. The candidate who stands before you is such a man, my friends. That should be plain to every one of you, on the face of it. What's the idea, boy?
I just wanted to see if it was real.
Well, you found out. Now, is there anyone else who'd like to satisfy himself?
Yes, step up, folks. Prove to yourself it's the real McCoy.
All wool and a yard long.
Yard? Why, it's over 4 feet.
And still growing.
I thought he'd be mad, but he wasn't. He invited anybody who wanted to come up and tweak his beard.
Cora, I hope you didn't.
Oh, I long to, Miss Trent. It's so thick and curly. But no, I didn't.
Thank goodness, for the sake of the school's reputation.
I wonder what it would be like to be married to a man with a beard like that.
The bell will ring for study hour in just a minute, Cora.
Be kissed by him?
Cora!
Oh, yes, Miss Trent?
A girl of 15 shouldn't harbor such thoughts. Or tarry on the street listening to campaign speeches.
Oh, it was a wonderful speech. All about manhood and virility. I wish you could have heard it.
I have, in this very room.
Don't you like Mr. Taylor?
Mr. Taylor is a very estimable man. But I think that beard of his has gone to his head.
The campaign's coming along fine, but we mustn't let it bog down now.
What we need at this stage of the game is something to give it that final boost.
You got any ideas?
We've got a Pipperino.
The greatest campaign stunt ever pulled. But it'll involve a little travel.
Well, it's all right with me. Time I got out and stumped the whole district.
We'll go farther than that.
How far?
By the time we get through, you'll be the best advertised candidate in the United States.
A whole nation will be betting on your election.
That's very gratifying, but you still haven't told me the nature of this stunt.
You leave that to us. Well, Barney, I guess the time's come to tell you why we brought you here.
You've just seen exhibits from the four corners of the earth. The greatest collection of marvels ever staged by man.
That's right.
With one exception, the longest beard in the world.
And that's where you come in.
You mean put myself on exhibition?
More than that, issue a challenge to all comers to prove that your beard is longer than any other living man.
Why, that's preposterous.
Sure it is. It's the greatest campaign stunt in the history of American politics.
Why, your picture will appear in every newspaper in the United States. We've alerted the Associated Press.
You'll be famous from coast to coast. Barnaby Taylor, candidate for Congress.
Barney, win this contest and you can run for president.
Yeah, but suppose I didn't win it.
That's impossible.
Nobody in the world has a beard as long as yours.
Still, we don't know it's the longest.
Barney, do you or do you not want to be elected to Congress on the 7th of November?
You know I do.
Then stop this backing and filling. You've got to win.
We've already got a concession here on the Midway. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the beard of the claimant to this title measures 4 feet 2 1/2 inches, certified before a notary. All right, let's see the challenges, one at a time.
Yay for Barney!
Next contestant, please. Three feet 9 1/2 inches. Next.
Well, I'll be a bearded lady.
Hey, that's not fair.
It's a beard, ain't it?
Yes, madam. But it is only 2 feet 11 1/4 inches.
Yay for Barney, our new congressman from El Dorado District.
Are there any more contestants? Then, ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to announce as holder to the title of the longest beard in the world...
Monsieur, wait a minute. Pardon. Monsieur, s'il vous plaît.
Who are you?
Henri Charpeau. The man with the longest beard in the world. You have heard of Charpeau's elixir for the hair, no? The result, magnifique.
We will measure. Three feet 9, 10, 11, 4 feet, 4 feet 1 inch, 4 feet 2 inches, 4 feet 2 1/4 inches, 4 feet 2 1/2 inches.
Exactly the same length as yours.
The Frenchman's beard, ladies and gentlemen, measures 4 feet 2 3/4 inches. The winner by a hair! Vive la
Barnaby Taylor, candidate for Congress from El Dorado, tripped on his much-vaunted beard and went down to defeat in a hair-raising contest at the Chicago World's Fair. These smart-aleck reporters.
The politicos are now predicting that Barney will take it again on the Chinnet election. What does that mean?
That he'll be defeated.
Just because his beard is a quarter of an inch shorter than some Frenchman's?
Because it was a silly platform to run on in the first place. But I do feel sorry for him.
Oh, I wish I was a man, so I could vote for him.
If you were 21, you could vote anyway.
I could?
In this state. It's one of the very few states where women can vote. This year for the first time.
Oh, dear. But I'm only 15.
And election day is getting close.
It says here that his platform was nothing but a hair mattress.
Will you deliver this note to Mr. Taylor, please, Cora?
Me? Oh, yes, Miss Trent.
At his office.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody's laughing at me, pointing the finger of derision. I can never show my face in public again.
You never have shown it.
I'm going to have to move away. What do you mean?
Do you want my advice, Barney?
Well, yes.
Cut it off.
Cut it off?
Clean. Come right out in the open and let people see what you really look like.
I couldn't.
Why not?
But it'd be admitting total defeat. This beard is the badge of my campaign. It's the appeal to the virile vote.
Change your slogan to a clean sweep for Barney.
Now you're mocking me.
No. I want to help you. Truly.
I could never get elected without this beard.
Well, it's worth trying.
Don't you dare!
Barney, you remember the day you sat here in this room and asked me to marry you?
Yes, and you rejected me. Just as the voters will reject me on November 7th.
You shave off your beard and I'll say yes.
Miss Trent. Francis.
Is it a bargain?
You mean shave it off entirely?
Well, if you can't have the longest beard in the world, why have any?
I could never grow another one like this. Not at my age.
Well, of course, if you prefer the beard to me.
You wouldn't settle for a Van Dyke?
Not even a mustache.
You Delilah?
Well, at least he'll get 2 votes. Yours, mine.
Yeah. I wouldn't give you a nickel for his chances.
What time is it?
No. 8:25. Too early to learn the returns.
How much easier to look at your watch than when you had to go rummaging through your beard.
Well, I still feel rather exposed without the beard.
You look 20 years younger. And very handsome.
Francis.
And another thing, you're not nearly so pompous.
Was I pompous?
Insufferably.
Well, I have nothing to be pompous about now. Except, of course, the one fact. The one bright light in my life at this moment.
Who's that?
Oh, excuse me. I just wondered if you'd heard yet how the election came out.
Not yet. You should be at campaign headquarters when the results are announced.
I already know the answer.
I'll go with you.
Oh, can I go too? Please?
If she wants to join the mourners.
Oh, goody. I'll get my things.
What happened to the mirror that was on this wall?
I took it down.
I don't know why it has to take them so long.
There was a record turnout this year, I understand, with women voting for the first time.
Oh, those suffragettes, yes.
They've got the results. It was a landslide. There it is. Congratulations, Barney. What? Our next congressman, gentlemen. And ladies, it was the woman's vote that swung it.
Well, what do you know about that?
Wonderful. Good. I knew it. He's going to make a new one. You're going to do fine up there, Morrison.
Francis, you're the only person who hasn't seemed surprised.
I knew you'd be elected.
Bless you for your faith in me.
It was more my faith in women.
How do you mean?
I figured if I liked you better without that beard, so would they.
It was a fabulous beard.
It was pretentious, unsanitary, and scratchy, I'm sure.
So that's why you had me shave it off, to get more votes. You were taking a long chance, my dear.
The longest chance in the world.
After that story, I wonder, do you think if I shaved off this muff, I'd get more customers among the ladies? I'm the Old Ranger with an exciting new story of real life in the Old West. At the age of 34, a young officer from Indiana was made a major general in the Union Army. It was the highest rank then given, and he was the youngest man ever to achieve it. But as they say, the higher you get, the further you have to fall. General Wallace was blamed for the near disaster which the Union forces experienced at the Battle of Shiloh. He claimed he was only a scapegoat. These accusations hung heavy on his heart. But later events faced him with his greatest challenge and darkened his life like a shadow on the window. In August of 1878, on his 16th annual return to the battlefield at Shiloh, General Wallace was still reliving the combat, refiguring what he should have or might have done, still suffering the dishonor he'd endured there. But it was here at Shiloh that Lew Wallace was summoned by his old friend, President Rutherford B. Hayes, to become governor of the lawless New Mexico Territory. Arriving at Santa Fe with his ailing son Henry, General Lew Wallace prepared to make the territory of New Mexico a better place to live, both for its inhabitants and his wife Susan, whom he left behind in Crawfordsville, Indiana.
Sorry, Father. Maybe we could find somebody with a card and they can...
If no one was on hand to meet us, I doubt if anyone will risk being friendly to us now.
Why is everyone ignoring us?
Shiloh, son, Shiloh. They're probably hoping that they can persuade the bungler of Shiloh to turn around and go home before he bungles the job of governor.
But everybody's forgotten Shiloh except you, Father.
Well, what else could it be? Say, that must be the governor's mansion there, Henry.
Palace of the Governor. Some palace.
Well, at least it proves that they have a sense of humor. You know something? I have an idea we're going to need ours before we're through. Come on, let's go.
Your predecessor left last night for San Francisco. Discretion being the better part of valor.
Well, apparently you two gentlemen are the only Santa Fe people indiscreet enough to talk to me.
Sheriff Garrett and I are from Lincoln City. Came down purposely to talk to you. Houston Chapman.
Mr. Chapman?
The only honest lawyer in the territory except you, General.
Governor. My son Henry, gentlemen.
I'll help with the bags.
The back door to the executive mansion is open.
Oh, thank you, Sheriff.
All right, sir.
Pat accidentally leaned against the door this morning, as we thought there were some papers in there we needed.
You accidentally went in.
That's right.
Well, it doesn't look as though the last governor was a very good housekeeper.
The cleanliness of the room measures up to his politics. If what I heard is true.
It is.
Well, I guess I'll go have a look at the living quarters.
Well, I take it that you two gentlemen didn't find what you came after.
We might have been a little high-handed, but we were hoping that by the time you got here, we'd have pieced together enough evidence to put you on the right track straight off. How much have you heard about the Lincoln County War?
Well, only the two factions are fighting it out for what they hope will be a complete monopoly of all New Mexico's ranching lands and natural resources.
With each employing professional killers, with crooked officials playing patsy with both sides.
It'll take me a couple of days to grasp things, Mr. Chapman. In the meantime, you can tell the clerk of the court that I order all records be made available to you.
Thank you.
I'll put it in writing if you like.
I doubt he could read. I'll take a run over there. That'll fill you in a little.
You've been probably wondering why Mr. Chapman and I have in such a hurry to see you, Governor Wallace. There's a conspiracy to keep you in complete ignorance long enough to settle things.
Naturally, both sides are confident of victory.
Uh-huh. They have arsenals large enough to stage a battle as big as Shiloh, and... Well, I'm sorry, Governor.
That's all right. I'll declare martial law if I have to, Sheriff. But even that won't do any good unless I do a little house cleaning first.
Well, I can give you a list of the known killers that I've arrested, only to have them turned free by court order. And Mr. Chapman, He can give you the name of each so-called respectable businessman, rancher, and territorial official.
It's Chapman. All right, I'll shoot the first man that tries to leave. Come on, line up. Come on, get down out of there. Get away from him. Line up, come on. Who saw the killers? I asked a question. Every one of you must have witnessed the murder. Now I want an answer. Now look, I'm Lew Wallace, new governor of this territory, and you may as well understand right now that the days of lawlessness are over in New Mexico. You, what did you see?
Not a thing, Governor.
Do you know how many years you can get for withholding evidence in a murder case?
Now, I ain't withholding nothing. I was looking the other way.
You'll get nothing out of Parker, Governor. He's an old hand at this sort of thing. 2 or 3 men fired at him. What did they look like? What did you see?
No hablo inglés, señor.
Pues, voy a preguntar en español. ¿Quién lo ha matado?
No sé.
You can ask him in a dozen languages. And all the known Indian dialects. That won't do any good. I'll see that they get locked up, but I doubt if that'll make them talk either. Everybody's on somebody's payroll or scared out of their wits. All right, come on, move out there.
Paula?
Oh, Henry, I thought you were asleep.
I was just wondering when you were coming to bed.
As soon as I finish this chapter.
But it's after midnight, and it must have been close to dawn before you got to bed last night.
Well, I certainly can't spare time for my writing during the day. I got a long way to go on that book yet.
Well, what's the hurry?
I'm not an old man yet, Henry, but the years are passing, and I'm determined to be remembered when I'm gone.
Of course you'll be remembered.
For your mother's sake, and for yours as well as my own, I'd like it to be as the man who created the story of Ben-Hur. Not the blunderer of Shiloh or the impotent governor of New Mexico.
But you're accomplishing things here.
I can't even find a witness to the killing of my first friend in the territory.
Well, what's happened to Sheriff Garrett?
Well, he's got his hands full in Lincoln County. I've got others on the job, not that they haven't any luck. You know, if we could arrest and convict Chapman's killers, it'd serve notice on every outlaw in this territory that from now on, New Mexico...
What is it? Who's it from?
Billy the Kid.
Billy the Kid?
He swears that this is one of the guns that killed Chapman. That he'll testify against Chapman's murderers if I agree to his terms.
Which I will state to you if you will meet me in an hour at the old parish shack, which is out from town about... Father?
This is the one break that I've been praying for.
But he says to come alone and unarmed.
Well, I'm leaving the gun there.
Keep your hands away from your sides. Come in.
I'm Governor Wallace.
I'm Bonnie.
Billy the Kid.
Now, I might look like a kid. Don't get any ideas.
I came here to find out yours. The conditions you mentioned in your note.
You promised me a full pardon for everything I ever done. And I'll go into court and give you an eyewitness account of Chapman's murder.
My word enough?
Yeah, your word's good enough.
Agreed.
It was 3 of the Murphy gang. Jim Dolan, Bill Matthews, William Campbell. I can tell your boys where to pick them up.
They'll have to arrest you, too. I can't pardon you until you've stood trial.
I got that part all figured out.
Oh?
You see, I especially don't want anybody to think that I'm spilling what I know willingly. So we'll arrange a fake battle, and I'll let your lawmen capture me.
Why are you doing this, Billy?
Anybody would do it for a full pardon.
You know I haven't got a shred of evidence against you that could stand up in court. Why?
Because I think them three had their hand in another killing. John Turnstile. He gave me the only honest job I ever had. My whole life, he was the only person that ever treated me decent.
I'll try to treat you decent, Billy.
You better, Mr. Governor, because to me, a friend's a friend and an enemy's an enemy. You try any kind of double cross, and you'll find no matter how many changes you've made in New Mexico so far, I can still get away with murder.
And I will faithfully discharge my duties to the very utmost of my abilities. So help me God.
Congratulations, Judge Bristol.
Thanks to you, Governor.
It'll be a pleasure to have a man like you on the bench.
Well, I'll probably make my share of mistakes, but at least I'll try to be impartial, whether the man on the other side of the bench is Pat, or you, or Billy the Kid.
Billy the Kid, say. Sheriff Garrett and I have to get over to the jail again and see Billy. I'll sign those later, Henry. You'll have to excuse me till later in the day, gentlemen. I can't see anybody else this morning.
Does that go for me, too?
Mother! Susan!
Henry! Oh, dear! Oh, no.
Oh, pardon me, gentlemen. My wife.
That better be who she is.
I'll wait for you outside, Governor.
I'll see you later, gentlemen. Susan, it's wonderful to see you. But what brings you here at a time like this?
Well, now, let me see. A sleeping car as far as Pueblo, and then the narrow gauge to Trinidad, and a buckboard the rest of the way. The driver's outside waiting to see where my luggage goes.
Oh, you're not staying, Susan. Ike was right, you know. This is no place for you or Henry.
Oh, Ike has a wonderful job lined up for Henry. He could take the buckboard as far as Trinidad if you want him to go back east.
Susan, Henry is making his own decisions these days.
And I've already made mine. I'm staying. Go ahead and visit your desperado. Oh, looks like I'll have plenty to keep me busy before you get back.
Yeah, that's right. Half of the guns found in Murphy's warehouse are from Fort Stanton.
What was the name of the man who sold them?
Ritchie, yeah, that's it, Sergeant Ritchie. He worked in the quartermaster's office. The quartermaster knew what he was doing.
His name?
Enough to turn a man's stomach. Cigars. Better food than I eat. Liquor, even. He ain't prisoner. He's a guest to the governor.
Well, tell you the truth, Ollinger. I do think Wallace is coddling him too much. But he has gotten a lot of information out of the kid, though.
What about the commanding officer, Lieutenant Colonel Dudley? Ever hear anything to the effect that he knows?
You know, these are right good.
Well, my wife baked them. Brought them all the way from Indiana. Have some more.
You can take my word for it. Wallace doesn't like that kid any more than you do. He just has to act chummy with him until he learns all he can from him.
Ollinger, Billy'd like another cup of coffee, if you don't mind.
The pot's empty, but he's more than welcome to mine.
Hi, Billy. I can only get so much out of him at one time.
Well, at least most of it's checked out so far, isn't it?
Hey, Ollinger, how about that cup of coffee?
Enjoy it while you can. The hotel service ain't gonna last much longer.
What do you mean?
That as soon as the governor gets all the information he wants out of you, you're gonna be treated just like any other prisoner.
Wallace wouldn't double-cross me.
You think he lied to you? Or to his pal Garrett?
Is that what he said to Garrett? That he was just stringing me along?
That's right, Sonny. You'll learn.
I already have. So will Wallace. You tell him, Mr. Governor, that if I don't get him, one of my boys will.
I will pay $1,000 to any person or persons who will capture William Bonney, alias the Kid, and deliver him to any sheriff of New Mexico Territory. Signed, Lew Wallace, Governor of New Mexico Territory. Did you have to put it on such a personal basis?
Well, there's been a lot of loose talk about that agreement I made with Billy.
I've heard some of it.
I thought maybe that it'd help set the record straight. I did promise to pardon him for his earlier crimes, but I certainly didn't give him any license to keep on killing. And I'll be happy to testify against him personally when he comes to trial.
If he's caught, and if you're still around.
Meaning?
That he's leading Garrett and his men a merry chase, heading away from Santa Fe, then circling back this way. Garrett finally found out why.
All right, why?
Because the Kid has seen one of these too. And he's sworn that if it's the last thing he ever does, he's going to kill you before they take him. Garrett sent me word.
Well, why you?
For the same reason I asked you to come here, Lou. So your family wouldn't hear anything about it.
Well, Henry's going back home. And in almost 30 years of married life, I've never been able to keep a secret from Susan.
No sense in making a target of yourself.
Oh, he's probably halfway to the Mexican border by this time.
Servants could hardly wait to leave here tonight. According to them, he was seen near here early this morning.
Rumors. If he was here, why would Garrett be in Lincoln County trying to pick him up?
Lou, we've got to get out of here.
I want you to leave, Susan. I've been very concerned about you.
I said we, and I don't mean next week or even tomorrow. I mean now, tonight, Lou.
Susan.
I've got a feeling in my bones that he's going to be here tonight, and you haven't even put a guard posted outside.
Well, the men I can trust are needed someplace else, and besides, this time I think you're Bones.
Lou!
It's only a piece of tumbleweed being blown across the plaza.
I'm sorry. Is Ben-Hur really more important to you than your own life?
I told you it was only a piece of tumbleweed.
This time, yes, but I still
All
have a
right,
feeling.
yes, it is more important. I've got to get this finished, Susan. Leaving here wouldn't mean that I'd be safe from a killer like the Kid. It'd only mean that I'd be wasting valuable writing time trying to escape. And if I die, this last chapter half finished, it might never be published. I'd still be remembered as the blunderer of Shiloh. This way I may be remembered as the author of something that I feel is worthwhile.
Shiloh.
Yes, Shiloh still.
But even if you were to blame at Shiloh, you more than made up for it at Cincinnati, at Winchester, at the Anderson...
Susan, please! I've got to get it finished. Susan, when did you come to her?
I never left.
Look, darling. It's finished. Ben-Hur is finished.
Oh, Lou, that's wonderful.
Now, if anything should happen to me, I want you to send that manuscript to Mr. Joseph Henry Harper, Franklin Square, New York City.
Pat, you all right, sir? Ma'am?
I'm sorry it had to turn out like this. But I had to take a life.
Oh, I wouldn't feel too bad about it, Governor. You see, I'm afraid you've gotten a little rusty with a gun. You didn't come within a mile of him. It was Ed with you who got him. Shot him in the back, the way he'd have shot you. And it wasn't Billy the Kid. He couldn't make it. It was one of his boys, like he promised.
Billy's still alive?
No, ma'am. That's what I was coming over here to tell you. I killed Billy the Kid at Fort Sumner 2 nights ago.
It seems a shame that you're leaving, now that you've got things just about cleaned up.
Yeah, the job's just about done. Now I'll have to go back to the private practice of law or something to help me pay off my debts.
Your book's still not doing so good, eh?
No, in almost 7 months it's only paid me $300.
If it was only a matter of money, Lou wouldn't be so disappointed, but we both had such high hopes for the book.
Sure you don't want me to drive you to the station?
Oh, thanks very much, Judge. Susan and I like to walk across the plaza for the last time. At least we don't have to ride in a buckboard for 2 days going home. Goodbye, Judge.
Goodbye, Governor.
Susan.
Lou!
Well, what is it, Susan? Another message from the White House to atone for my sins?
No, it's from Mr. Harper. He can't explain it, but suddenly there's come a tremendous demand for Ben-Hur. They can't keep up with the editions. He predicts it will be the most widely read story in America. Isn't it wonderful news?
Wonderful seems like a pretty weak word, Susan.
The old wound stopped hurting.
Completely. For which I give thanks to you and to Ben-Hur.
This is a first edition of Ben-Hur, A Tale of the Christ. The edition was sold so poorly at first. Since that time, over 4 million copies have been published. And the phenomenally successful play and movies based on the book give further assurance that its author, General Lew Wallace, will long remain unforgotten. And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. Our story tonight is dedicated to the mail carriers of the United States, in memory of one of the most remarkable and heroic men who ever performed this service, Snowshoe Thompson. It is a December night in 1855. In the general store of Placerville, a gold camp on the slopes of the snow-covered Sierras, Jim Singleton, the storekeeper, is just announcing the engagement of his niece Agnes to a young Norwegian-born rancher, John Thompson.
To the future Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, a long life and a happy one. Hey, Fred Daniels, Mr. Mining Recorder, glasses up.
Just because the best man won,
You keep out of this.
Major Chorpenning.
With the mail from the east.
You're almost 2 weeks overdue.
I'm lucky to be here at all.
I'll go out and unpack for you.
There's nothing to unpack.
Where's the mail?
Somewhere in the Sierras.
You left the mail up there?
I left more than that up there. My partner, Ab Woodward, scalped by Injun. Last time I ever tried to cross those mountains in winter, snow 30 to 40 feet deep, and cold. Our pack animals all froze. This is my last run.
What about your contract with the government?
They can't hold me to it. The job's impossible.
It pays good money, $1,200 a trip.
With your choice of freezing to death, or being scalped, or being caught by an avalanche. Nope, I'm all finished.
Nobody will blame you, Major.
But it will be disappointing not getting news from the east. Letters piling up just the other side of the Sierras.
What it actually means is that we'll be cut off from all overland communication with the states.
Then suppose you try it, Mr. Daniels.
I was just stating a fact.
It's getting late, John.
I'll see you home.
When do you two plan to be married?
As soon as I get a house built on my ranch.
He's already started cutting the timber for it. I'm going out there tomorrow.
It should be finished by spring.
Oh, that's nice. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
I have a cherry bureau which belonged to my mother, and a platform rocker, and a lovely walnut sideboard that came all the way around the horn. We can add to them, John, as we, John, you're not listening.
I was thinking about Chorpenning abandoning the mail service. It seems a pity.
But if it's impossible for him to get across the mountains, John.
Men in Norway travel the mountains in winter, in snow as deep as the Sierras, cold even more intense. On skis. I had my first pair as soon as I could walk.
Skis? What do they look like?
I haven't seen any since I came to this country as a boy of 10, but I remember them perfectly. I'm going to try it.
Try what?
To make a pair of skis.
With the crude tools at hand, John plunged into making a pair of skis from memory. Work on his honeymoon house pushed into the background by the challenge of conquering those high Sierra snows. Hour after hour, chip by chip, they slowly took shape, and at last were finished with turned-up peaks like the prows on Viking ships. They were big and clumsy looking, and being of green wood, they were pretty heavy, but that didn't bother him any. Smearing burnt cork on his cheeks to protect his eyes from the glare of the sun on the snow, he took his skis to the nearby slopes. Results at first were a little discouraging, but he stuck to it, practicing and practicing until he was satisfied he could accomplish what he wanted to on them. Then...
You're proposing to cross the Sierras on them things?
Yeah.
Alone?
Yeah.
The mail on your back?
John, it's suicide. You'll never make it.
Let him try since he's so all-fired sure.
There's nothing to be afraid of, darling.
Nothing. Blizzards and avalanches.
You forget. My ancestors were Vikings.
You can get lost. The trails will be buried out of sight.
I'll have the rocks and trees to guide me by day and the stars by night.
Gentlemen, I'm taking bets. On what day in spring the body will be found. Step right up and...
Stop it, Fred.
That sack of mail weighs a good 75 pounds, according to the store scales.
That'll save some weight.
But what if you need it? You might run...
Don't worry. Where's your blanket? I won't need any.
You'll need food.
I have some crackers and dried meat in my pocket.
Snowshoe Thompson, the great Viking.
Goodbye.
By sundown, John Thompson was fighting his way up the first slope of the Sierras. All night he climbed, and all the next day. Eating as he went, washing the food down with handfuls of snow. Around midnight of the second night, he reached the summit and started on the downward grade. It was late in the afternoon of the third day when he reached the Carson Valley and skied into the little settlement of Genoa.
Anyone tell me where I can find the postmaster?
Well, yes, I'm the postmaster. Hey, is that mail you have on your back?
Yes, sir.
Well, where you from, son?
From Placerville.
Placerville?
Here you are, sir.
You came all the way on foot?
Well, yes and no. I came on these skis.
Those oversized barrel staves?
That's right.
How long did it take you?
3 days.
3 days?
Mister, the drinks are on me.
Thanks, but all I want is some sleep.
I can take care of that, too. There's a bunk in the back room.
Good. If you folks have any mail to go west...
I got a big pile of it.
I'll be leaving first thing in the morning.
Man alive. Can I ask you something, mister? What's your name?
Well, just call me Snowshoe Thompson.
Over 5,000 claims filed this past year, at $1 a claim.
Why, that means you've made over $5,000.
That's right. And all without budging outside my office. And I'll make more next year. People coming in all the time. Agnes, I tell you that...
He's back! John's back!
Oh, John, you're safe. Thank goodness. I've been so worried about you.
So you couldn't make it. You had to turn back.
Turn back? Nothing. You made a round trip.
I don't believe it.
In less than a week? Impossible.
Maybe this will convince you.
A letter from my sister in Missouri.
Here's a shopping list a woman in Genoa gave me. She wants some turkey red and thread to match.
The mountain labored and brought forth the spool of thread.
Was it terrible going, John?
The trip east was the slow one. That took 3 days. But coming back, the climb is shorter and there's a longer downhill run. I made that in 2 days.
Imagine. And your penning was over 2 weeks.
Next time I'll know better what's ahead.
You're going again?
Sure he is. To deliver the thread to the lady in Genoa.
If I don't, there'll be no mail delivered all winter.
That's all right. We'll wait and be married a few months later.
I knew you'd understand.
And so Snowshoe Thompson began making regular runs across the Sierras between California and Nevada. It didn't matter what the weather. He started out just the same and always came through on time. He traveled always as he had that first trip, unarmed and without a blanket. If he camped for the night, he hunted himself a stump of a dead pine tree and set fire to it, and lay down with his head pillowed on Uncle Sam's mail sack. The sacks he carried sometimes weighed as much as 90 pounds, a load that would have broken the backs of most men climbing up those heights. It wasn't all mail either. Folks asked him to do errands for them. Once he even carried a small printing press across the Sierras for the Genoa newspaper. When spring came and the snows melted, there was no longer need of Snowshoe Thompson. Others with pack animals could carry the mail.
I'm so proud of you, John. Job you've done. Now we can be married. I mean, as soon as the house is built on the ranch. What's the matter, John? You haven't changed your mind.
Oh, no, Agnes. I love you more than ever. It's just that I haven't any money. Not a cent.
But what about your pay for carrying the mail?
I haven't collected any. The fact is, I clean forgot to make a deal or ask for a contract.
Oh, John.
I'll make up for it this summer. Mr. Colwell, a friend of mine in the Sacramento Valley, has offered me a job on his ranch. I'll save every penny I earn, and then in the fall we'll build our house. Will that be all right with you?
It'll have to be, I guess. Yes, of course, John.
But when fall came, a group of citizens from Placerville called upon Thompson at his ranch.
You're the only man the country can do it, Snowshoe.
And if you don't, it means being without mail all winter, except what comes a long way around by ship.
Not just us in Placerville, but the folks in all the gold camps. That stretch across the Sierra is the one missing link in the overland mail.
Snow's getting deep up there already. And you'll do it? There's only one thing. I just can't afford to do it for nothing like I did last winter.
No reason why you should.
All you've got to do is tell the postal supervisor in San Francisco. He'll see that you're taken care of.
Good. That's all I wanted to know.
Thompson didn't get around to writing the supervisor until the winter was half over. He was so busy making his weekly trips over the mountains. And when he finally got an answer towards spring...
It seems Chorpenning still holds the government contract to carry mail between Salt Lake and the coast. Only now he's carrying it on the southern route, looping down by way of San Bernardino to San Diego.
But that doesn't go anywhere near Carson Valley.
But it is mail service to the coast. They can't very well give the contract to two parties.
So you spent another winter without pay.
I guess I'll have to hire myself out to Colwell again.
And we'll have to postpone our wedding for another year. Well, anyway, the timber for our house will be well seasoned.
But when another winter rolled around, it was the same story. Snowshoe Thompson had by now become an institution. They couldn't get along without him. So once more he bridged the gap in the overland mail route, a one-man link completing that 3,000-mile chain.
I'm sorry, Fred, but that's the evening John is due back from Genoa, and I want to save it for him.
How much longer are you going to let that fella keep you dangling? It's going on 4 years now.
I agree with you, Fred. She's wasting her time waiting for him.
He hasn't even given you a ring yet, has he?
No, he hasn't.
Well, if you want one, a big diamond, you know where you can get it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Agnes, you're a fool. Here's one of the best fixed young men in Placerville anxious to marry you.
Please, Aunt Lizzie.
And you stay engaged to that John Thompson.
I love him.
I grant you he can ski, but as a husband and a provider, all he's got is a mortgaged ranch with no house on it.
Give him time.
Time? Agnes, a girl can't wait forever.
I'll talk with him.
The very minute he gets back from Genoa.
Yes, Aunt Lizzie, the very minute he gets back.
With another round trip to Genoa almost over, John skied steadily toward Placerville and Agnes, his personal problems far outweighing the mail sack on his back.
They're right. It isn't fair to keep you waiting like this. The wonder of it is that you've waited this long.
Oh, John.
The only problem is the same old problem.
Money? John, I have good news for you. Uncle Jim said he'd give you a job in the store for the summer at good pay.
In the store?
Yes, we can get married right away this spring, live here in Placerville, move out to the ranch later.
Well, that's mighty kind of him, and I do appreciate it, but well, the thought of working indoors all summer, inside four walls.
So you are stalling?
Oh, darling, no.
You don't want to marry me. You never have.
Agnes.
You care more for the wind, the sky, and the snow than you do for me.
No, no.
The mountains, they're your real love.
Sweetheart, wait.
Wait, that's all I've been doing for 3 years, with everybody gossiping, feeling sorry for me, trying to stand up for you to my family, turning down other men. Well, I'm all through.
Agnes, please. I can't stand it seeing you cry. Of course I'll accept your uncle's offer.
You will?
And we'll be married.
When?
The winter's almost over. In a few weeks now, the passes over the Sierras will be open again and I can quit the mail service. Say the first week in April?
Is that a promise?
I promise.
Well, as luck would have it, spring was late in coming that year, and the snows which should have begun to disappear on the mountains showed no signs of melting. Snowshoe Thompson was on the western run, heading for Placerville and his wedding, when he stopped at a cabin in a mountain valley.
Jake? Oh, Jake! I've got that tobacco for you. Help! 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 Thank God. I prayed you'd come. What's wrong?
Legs. Frozen. I've been laying here for 12 days. Living on raw flour. No matches to light a fire with. I made up my mind to wait one more day. And then I...
You won't need it, my friend. I'll build a fire and cook you some grub. Then I'll ski down to Genoa, fetch a sled that we can move you on. Down to a doctor.
Leaving the miner as comfortable as possible under the circumstances, John headed for Genoa.
You're sure you won't wait until daylight?
I gotta get that poor fella down here. Look for us day after tomorrow.
That'll be Tuesday.
Yes. Doc, you'll be on hand because he's in bad shape.
I'll be here.
Is it really true you set the date?
Of course it's true. My wedding dress is finished and the wedding cake is baked.
I'll believe it when I see a ring on your finger.
Then come to the house this Thursday evening. The ceremony's at 8 o'clock.
Meanwhile, John's thoughts were a long way from the wedding, as he faced the superhuman task of dragging the sled with the suffering miner over the rugged mountains between him and Genoa. The fact that he made it is only another tribute to a man whose strength and courage are a legend.
Nothing to do but operate. I expected it. All right. Go ahead. Trouble is, I've got no chloroform. Don't need chloroform. Just give me a bottle of whiskey. In some cases, that would be all right, but in your weakened condition, the shock of the operation would be too severe without anesthetic.
I'll go get some.
I'm afraid that's impossible. The nearest place would be Sacramento.
Can he wait 5 days?
That isn't the question.
Maybe I can make it back in 4 with no pack on my back.
Oh, now look, son. You've been on those skis for 3 days and nights without any rest.
I'll be back as fast as I can. By Saturday or Sunday.
Now, don't you let John see you beforehand. It's bad luck. I guess Uncle Jim must have warned him, because he hasn't been near the house since he got back.
Fact of the matter is, he ain't back yet.
Why, he was due in yesterday at the latest.
Why didn't you say something before now?
Didn't want to worry you.
He probably had an extra heavy load, being his last trip. He'll be here. He promised.
Well, the bridegroom. Where you been? It's almost time for your wedding.
Had to go to Sacramento for some chloroform for the doc in Genoa. On my way back with it now. Fellow there with frozen legs fighting gangrene. Every minute counts. Tell Agnes, will you?
Sure.
I can't believe it. Here in Placerville and not letting me know. Leaving town an hour before his wedding.
I saw him. Talked with him.
And he gave no reason?
Too much of a hurry to get away.
That don't sound like John.
Whoa! It's the Grimeses. They always get places early.
I'll tell him Agnes has been took sick. The wedding has been postponed.
No. Tell them the wedding has been called off for good.
Agnes!
I would marry John Thompson now if he was the last man on earth.
Here's the chloroform, Doctor.
God bless you, Sparsh. I don't know of any other fella that would have done it.
No other fella could have done it. You get some rest now, or I'll have 2 patients on my hands.
I've got to get back to Placerville.
What if the mail is late for once?
It's not this mail I'm worried about, Doctor. It's this mail. I was supposed to be married 2 days ago.
If you ask me, he's got another girl in Genoa.
Please. I don't even want to talk about him.
And let's talk about us. I love you, Agnes. Have for a long time. I can give you everything you want. Make up to you for all the...
Agnes! Take your hands off my girl.
I'm not your girl any longer, John Thompson. Not after the way you treated me.
I'm sorry, but every minute counted. I had to get back to Genoa.
I know. To her.
Her?
A girl on each side of the mountains.
Didn't you explain to her where I was?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I told you that night I met you why I couldn't stop. The doc was waiting to operate. That man would have died of blood poisoning, both legs frozen.
Is that true, Fred?
First I've heard of it.
You lie. Tell her you lied. Tell her. I'll break every bone in your body. All right.
I lied, Agnes.
I'm so ashamed, John. To think I could have ever doubted you. Will you forgive me?
I've made my last run, darling. I'm all through, I swear it.
Oh, no, you're not. You could no more stay out of those mountains than an eagle could. It's your world. You belong there.
I belong with you.
Welcome home, Snowshoe.
Home is right. I guess this is as good a time as any, seeing as we've got you 2 here together.
Jim, get it out of the safe.
We all got to think of Snowshoe of the raw deal you've had. Carrying mail winter after winter for nothing. So we passed the hat.
Not only here in Placerville, but around the diggings and all the camps where you deliver letters and papers.
We can't pay you for what it's been worth to us. Anyway, there's enough to pay off your mortgage and build your house. It's our wedding present to you. Thanks. Thanks.
Snowshoe Thompson carried the mails over the Sierras for 20 winters. He died at his ranch at the age of 49 and lies buried beside his wife and son in the little cemetery in Genoa, where the mountains he loved and braved look down upon his last camping place. The father of skiing in the United States, and worthy forerunner of those couriers whom neither snow nor rain, nor heat, nor gloom of night stays from the swift completion of their rounds.
আমারে সুবিধার লোক মনে হইতেছে না কি কইতেছেন আপনি কি কইতেছেন
গায়ে হাত দিছেন কেন
গায়ে দিও এ বেটা গায়ে দিলে কি করবে একদম গায়ে
করতেছেন তুই গায়ে তুই আমি আজকে শেষ তুই টাকা দে আমার টাকা দে
তোরে আজকে বই
কোন রাস্তার মধ্যে আইছেন ভাই এই এই আপনি কারে করছেন হ্যাঁ
আরে ভাই আপনারে কই নাই আমার কল দিছিলাম এই কল রিসিভ করতেছ না ওরে কইছি
আমারে কোন মানে এই আপনি নামেন তো নামেন আমি যাব না আপনি কি কইতেছেন হ্যাঁ
আপনি যাবেন না কেন
না আমি যাব না আপনি আপনি নামেন আমার টাকা দেন আমি যাইগা
দেমু না টাকা আমারে না নিয়ে গেলে আমি ভাড়া দেমু না
আরে আপনি কখন থেকে এই অলি করতেছেন আপনার আমার সুবিধার লোক মনে হইতেছে না একদমই সুবিধার লোক মনে হইতেছে না আপনি টাকা দেন আমি যাইগা
আমার সুবিধার লোক মনে হইতেছে না কি কইতেছেন আপনি কি কইতেছেন
গায়ে হাত দিছেন কেন
গায়ে দিও এ বেটা গায়ে দিলে কি করবে একদম গায়ে
করতেছেন তুই গায়ে তুই আমি আজকে শেষ তুই টাকা দে আমার টাকা দে
তোরে আজকে বই
মোটরসাইকেল করে নিয়ে যেতেছেন ভাই এটা আমার মালিকের মোটরসাইকেল ভাই মোটরসাইকেল নিয়ে যান না
গাড়ি থামলো কেন
স্যার একটা অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট হয়েছে
ভাই ভাই আমার একটু বাঁচান
স্যার
ভাই
পেটে তো ছুরি
মনে হচ্ছে চিন্তা কি
হসপিটালে নিয়ে যান ভাই
স্যার হসপিটালে নিয়ে যাব
আরে পাগল হইছো এত রাতে থানা পুলিশের ঝামেলা কে যাবে চালাও গাড়ি
স্যার যে অবস্থা মনে হয় না বাবু
ভাই যান না ভাই ও ভাই আমার একটু হসপিটাল
Trận sao? Nên vào trận luôn, thế tao vào trận luôn. Đó, cả thằng này nữa này. Thằng này cũng vào trận trước này. Hai thằng trong một trong hai trận trước. Đó mới để ý tên đấy, mình nhớ phải để ý. Gặp lại vẫy tay xin chào. Nhận phạt sau. Thương nhau. Mà ngập không muốn rời. Được sao? Ô giờ mình còn chưa ở đây Ari, nếu mà nhặt Ari vậy, chú búa à? Ari không? Ngàn ở phía trước cho dùng trong hai phải không? Nhưng rồi chỉ không sao qua với tay xin chào. Mày đi đâu chôn à? Mình tạm ấy. Mình tạm luôn quan tiếp. Từ xong rồi ơi giờ. Làm trên đánh cũng bành. Sợ thế. Nếu đánh cây sa lông vương thì thua đấy. Được. Khổng lồ, một khổng lồ cái gì đấy. Mở doan. Cảnh vệ thần dương vật trời nhau hai khổng lồ không cảnh vệ sư nha rồi xong nhà tranh bài của tớ làm ơn đấy đâu đấy mày phải đấy nhở cứ chơi chứ mày muốn lap nhanh nhẹn bớt 4 rồi à 1.2 à Dương ơi, đây chuyển chuột tội. Thú thượng với cả giáp máu ánh sáng, cái nào ánh sáng ngon hơn? Đây mà. Bình gì? 200 lát về không tật này. À 51 này. 200 lát một cái. Được 200 lát. À không nhả nhớ được rồi. Chạm tay rồi. 19. Nhớ là được 190 mà. 200 lát của thầy ơi. Bớt đủ 80 củ bớt được nữa. Ăn đét vậy. Rồi tao bớt được nữa. Xong rồi tao mới cút về bên kia. Bớt 5 ấy, xong rồi mình cút về bên kia. Được. Bình chia lên nhà đã diễn ra bình rồi, xong lên 9 nhà diễn xong rồi lên 9, xong rồi lên 9 thì mình được siết và là bình full form. Rồi form này có nhắc được cái gì đâu, what chứ sao không nhắc được hắc ám kìa, nhắc được tử thần hắc ám chỉ có June thôi. Anh sẽ bay một chỗ ác quỷ nhỉ. Mèo 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 không vậy thắng quay xóa được à đầu ấy à 53 củ thêm mấy lát nữa. Nhiều request lại 200. Thằng kia ở đấy nhá. Mèo gió lắp thế. Chi. Ủa nó vậy chồng. Thôi kìa. Gậy. Có Huy cầm cái kìa, sự với nhau. Từ xem cái thằng này á. Nổ không vậy, thôi xong rồi mày đi. Thần tài biết điếp ấy, thần tài biết điếp mà. Rồi anh gặp rồi, nó biết điếp mà. Anh gặp nó lúc đầu rồi biết nó biết điếp ấy. Làm 4 vào. Sao được không? Chứ cũng vậy. Ý thua. Xin ra 3. Check. Xin ra 3 không? Tí chịu này. Ok mọi người, anh cũng định mà. Hả? Anh xin ra 3 rồi mà. Có thể không? Acid chưa kéo anh chậm mà bình tĩnh nhỉ. Chết hả? Kéo gì? Kéo đồ này á, định mình á. Sao bình tĩnh, thằng này nó khỏe mà, mình không muốn chết. Trời, im dễ. Xin ra ba luôn. Không đâu, không ở nhà đâu. Không, giống hay chơi. Trốn đâu. Mình dừng này. Được rồi. Là giáp gái, nhưng mà giáp gái dễ bị mất lắm. Chúng con lấy giáp này. Ở đây ơi. Ai mấy view. Đéo hiểu.
Dở vậy. Đây em ơi. Kìa, hai thằng đứng một chỗ à? Không, nhưng mà thằng này cũng khỏe. Không em rồi. Ê, xét lại. Để xét làm chi ạ? 7 đinh mệnh là tao à? Thôi, thua mà. Nếu hiểu. Không, chưa có được. Nếu có à, có ai giữ đâu. Chuẩn. Không có ai giữ đâu. Ra luôn không? Cái này chọn cái đéo chả được. Thằng nào chả chết. Em cho hết đồ rồi à? Vẫn để hết đồ đó không? Nam binh hơn à? Thôi gặp thằng này đi. Thằng này vừa mình thua. Nó làm cái gì ấy? Nó phải ăn đi ba kìa. Nó phải ăn đi ba này. Thằng này có phải ăn đi ba mấy em. Ê, nó thiếu một con. Nó phải azit nữa kìa. Sấy. Không được rồi thầy ơi. À. Được, sao dòng mình sao tự rơi ra cái xin ra. Chịu vậy vẫn màng. Thầy đi mua làm không có đâu. Ồ, tự ra mà bảo rồi. À, dấu đây. Chi mày. Giờ mới ping. Oan một đéo dạo cái thằng kia luôn đấy, oan rồi. Lụm. Màu xanh không? Hay cái này? Còn chút dồn nữa không? Thằng kia ở đấy nhá. Meo cho nó thấp thế. Chi. Ủa nó vậy chồng. Thôi kìa. Vậy. Có Huy cầm cái kìa, sự với nhau. Tự xem cái thằng này á. Nổ không vậy? Thôi xong rồi, mày đi. Thần tài biết đép ơi, thần tài biết đép mà. Rồi anh gặp rồi, nó biết đép mà. Anh gặp nó lúc đầu của bên là biết đép ấy. Nằm 4 vào. Xong được. Ủa chứ cũng vậy. Khí thua. Xin ra bao. Check. Xin ra ba không? Tí chịu vậy. Ok mọi người, anh cũng định mà. À. Anh xin ra ba mà. Có thể không? Azit. Chưa kéo. Anh chậm mà. Bình tĩnh nhỉ. Chết rồi. Hả? Kéo gì? Kéo đồ này á, định mệnh á. Sao? Bình tĩnh. Thằng này nó khỏe mà. Mình không muốn chết. Trời, nhìn dễ. Xin ra báo luôn đi. Không đâu, không ở nhà đâu. Không, giống ai chơi trốn đâu. Mình dừng dừng này. Được rồi, là giáp gái, nhưng mà giáp gái dễ bị mất lắm. Chúng con lấy giáp này. Ở đây rồi. Ai mấy dispute. Đéo hiểu. Giỏi vậy. Đây rồi. Kìa, hai thằng đi một chỗ à? Không, nhưng mà thằng này cũng khỏe. Không biết em rồi. Ê, xét lại. Để xét làm chi ạ? 7 đinh mệnh là tao à? Thôi, thua. Thua mà, nếu hiểu. Không, chưa có được. Nếu có à, có ai giữ đâu. Chuồn. Không có ai giữ đâu. Ra luôn không? Cái này chọn cái đéo chả được. Thằng nào sẽ chết. Thế cho hết đồ rồi à? Vẫn để hết đồ đó không? Nó binh hơn à? Thôi gặp thằng này đi. Thằng này vừa mình thua. Nó làm cái gì ấy? Nó phải ăn đi ba kìa. Nó phải ăn đi ba này. Thằng này có phải ăn đi ba mày em. Ê, nó thiếu một con. Nó phải azit nữa kìa. Sai. Không được rồi thầy ơi. À. Được, sao dòng mình sao tự rơi ra cái xin ra. Chịu vậy vẫn mảng. Thầy đi mua làm. Không có đâu. Ồ. Tớ tự ra mà bảo rồi. À. Đâu đấy. Chi. Mày. Giờ mới ping. Oan một đéo dạo cái đằng kia luôn đấy oan rồi. Lụm. Bù xanh không? Hay cái này? Còn chút dồn nữa không?
আচ্ছা আপনি ওই দিন আপনার আম্মার সামনে আমার লগে এরকম ব্যবহার করছেন কেন?
আমার ইচ্ছে হয়েছে আমি করছি, আর আমার পিছে ঘুরে লাভ নেই।
কেন? আমি আপনার ভালোবাসি না, করবো না কেন?
বেহায়া মেয়ে রে বাবা, তোমার তো আমি ক্লিয়ার করে বলছি যে আমি তোমার বিয়ে করবো না।
আরে আপনার আম্মাই তো আমার পছন্দ করছো, তো আপনি শাদি করবেন না কেন?
তাহলে তারই বিয়েটা করো।
কি কইতেছেন? আমি আপনার আম্মারে কেন শাদি করব? আমি তো আপনার শাদি করব। আর আপনি যদি আমার শাদি না করছেন তাহলে কয়ে দিলাম ব্লেড দিয়ে আপনার নাম আমার হাতে লিখুন।
তোমার যা ইচ্ছা তুমি তাই করো, আমি একদমই ভয় পাই না। আগের বার মাইনে নিছি, খেলা ছিল দেখা, এটা খেলা না, এটা আমার জীবন। আমি জীবন নিয়ে ছেলে খেলা করতে পারবো না।
আমি হাঁচা কইতেছি, আমি কিন্তু ব্লেড দিয়ে
হাতে পায়ে গলায় মুখে সব জায়গায় যেখানে ইচ্ছা সেখানে লেখো, ইংরেজি বাংলা ফার্সি যেটাতে পারো সেটাতেই লেখো, আমার কিচ্ছু যায় আসে না।
আপনার আমি শেষবারের মতো কইতেছি, আপনার আর বেশি সময় দিব না। শুধুমাত্র 12 ঘন্টা সময় দিলাম। এই 12 ঘন্টার মধ্যে আপনি আপনার মত বদলাইবেন, নাহলে কইলাম আমি হাঁচায় ব্লেড দিয়ে আপনার নাম লিখে ফেলাম। আমার কেউ আটকাইতে পারবো না।
আরামসে তুমি সিগারেট টানো, বুঝো নাই শান্তিতে, আর ওদিক দিয়ে কাম সারছে।
কেন কি হইছে?
আরে শুনোস না, ওই মেয়ে তো ডেঞ্জারাস একটা ঘটনা ঘটায় ফেলছে। লেট দিয়ে হাত কাটছে, এখন কি হইব মামা?
ওই মেয়েটা
বস কি মামা?
কস হাত কেন? ওই মেয়ের তোর কোনো কথা হইছিল?
কালকে রাত্রেবেলা বাসার সামনে এসে দাঁড়ায় ছিল, আমার 12 ঘন্টার আলটিমেটাম দিছে।
এই কিসের আলটিমেটাম দিছে রে? হ্যাঁ
আরে ওই বিয়াতে রাজি না হইলে কি জানি।
এই কথা তুই আগে কবি না।
আরে আমি কি বুঝছি নাকি?
আরে না বাবার কি আছে, বুঝোস না, মেয়েটা তো ডেঞ্জারাস। এখন যদি কিছু হয়ে যায় মামা, আমাকে তো পুলিশে ধরে নিয়ে যাবে।
কেন আমি কি করছি?
ও আমি কি করছি কিছু জানো না? না ওই বেটা আইনার মারপে জানো, জীবনে তো থানায় তুই যাস্তে জানবি কেন? তা না আমি গেছি ফোন যে কোনো হলে আত্মহত্যা প্ররোচনকারী যেই হোক না কেন, তার নাম যদি একবার থানায় গিয়ে কয় মামা, তাহলে তোর খবর আছে। এখন তুই কি করবি তুই চিন্তা করে দেখ।
কি করছে সব? এই লাইলি বাইচা আছে তো?
হ্যাঁ শুনলাম ও তো বাইচা আছে।
কোন হসপিটাল আছে? আমি যাই একটু দেখা করে আসি।
হসপিটালে যাই দেখা করে? হসপিটাল থাকলে তখন তুমি চৈত শিকার ভিত্তি থাকলা, বুঝো নাই? আর তুমি যাই হয়তো বাসায় আছে। এই তুই কি ওর বাসায় যাবি?
তুই যাবি মামা?
হায় রে খোদা, তুমি আইছো, আমি জানতাম তুমি আইবা। আমি লাইলে রে কইছি তুমি আসবা। চ্যাংরা হও আর রক্ত গরম হও, মানুষ তো, তোমার মনের ভিতরে সেই প্রেমটা আছে।
আচ্ছা আমি লাইলির সাথে একটু দেখা করবো।
লাইলির সাথে দেখা করবা?
কেমন আছে ও?
আছে বাবা, আসো আসো, তোমার আমি একটু দেখা করাতে আসো।
এইসব কি?
প্লেট দিয়ে তোমার নাম লিখছি, বানান ঠিক আছে?
একদম ঠিক আছে। কিন্তু কি বলো বাইক না, ভালো হয়েছে না? আমি কিন্তু লাইলিতে কইছিলাম লাইলি ছবি তুইলা ওরা পাঠাই দে। ওই কইছে যে না, কিছু জিনিস আছে এগুলো ছবি তুলে পাঠালে সঠিকভাবে দেখা যায় না, সামনাসামনি দেখতে হয়। এর লেগে তো এতক্ষণ ধরে তোমার জন্য অপেক্ষা করতেছি।
এইসব পাগলামির কোনো মানে আছে?
আছে না, তোমার আমি শাদি করব, তুমি আমার শাদি করবা, করবা না?
এই তুমি কি আমার বলদ পাইছো? বলদ এই পাশে দাঁড়ানো লোকটার মতো।
নিলে তুমি আমার মামার নিয়ে কি করতেছো?
আমি বলবো তুমি শুনবা। মানে এই যদি তোমার হাত কাটার নমুনা হয়, হ্যাঁ আমি জানলে আমি জীবনেও আসতাম না। আর যদি হাত সত্যি সত্যি কাটতাও তাও আসতাম না, কোনো লাভই হইতো না। আমি তোমারে বিয়ে করব না। তোমার মতো মেয়ের সাথে শুধুমাত্র মজা নেওয়া যায়, বাড়ির বউ করা যায় না। তোমার মধ্যে ওই রকম কোনো এলিমেন্টই নাই।
তুমি একটু বেশি বেশি করতেছো না?
এই মাঝখান দিয়ে ঢুকে গেলেন? হ্যাঁ সাদে কি আপনার মাইনছে হাবলু কয়? এর লেগে আপনার হাবলু কয়। আর ঢুকছেন যখন, তখন আমারে না বুঝায় আপনার এই ড্রামাবাজ ভাগ্যিরে বুঝান। আমি ওরে বিয়ে করব না, আমি মরে গেলে ওরে বিয়ে করব না। মানে নিজের তো কোনো মান সম্মান নাই, পরিবারের মান সম্মানটা যদি খোয়াইতে না চাও তাহলে এসব বন্ধ করো। সবার সামনে অপমান করবো নাহলে।
থাক ভাগ্নি, তুই কষ্ট পাইস না, হয়তো তোরা বুঝতে পারে নাই। আর যেদিন বুঝতে পারবো, ওই কান্দা বুক চাপলাইবো, তখন বুঝবো যে কি জিনিস হারাইছি। তুই কান্দিস না ভাগ্নি, একদম কান্দিস না। তুই থাক, আমি আইতাছি, দেখতেছি।
Mày tao nhiều hơn mà. Ê, broccoli, tao thiếu một đồ đấy. Ui. Đúng rồi. nhớ ra. Sao tao xét kiểu đéo mà nên 10 chết nhỉ? 1 6 hắc ám mà. 6 hắc ám cái đéo vậy à? 6 hắc ám chết 8. Mỗi con này đã xong mà. Cái đéo gì nhỉ? Cái đéo gì nhỉ? Cho trôn không? Ok broccoli. Em mua thanh quỷ vãi pip. Vãi binh chỉ linh. Xét bế cho tao, xét bế Guardian tao, để Guardian chơi điêu. Mày thích carry, mày carry. Nửa cây. Ui hỏng rồi. Guardian chết rồi. Guardian gà vãi. Ui, con kêu 3 này. Đánh bóng á, bóng sự căng ấy. Guardian carry mà. Chuẩn vậy. Chư. Trừ ngay 300 tỷ à? 300 tỷ kiểu. Ui nào có nhỉ? Phải chưa? Hỏng đấy. Chuẩn đúng rồi. Để căng ấy. 400 tuổi bay phát nữa không? Em Vũ à? Em Vũ mày em Vũ rebirth rồi à? Ở sao? Khoe không được một lap. Đó, có hôm nhìn như nghiện này, hôm đi ăn mà quà nướng nhìn như khác gì nghiện đâu. Quỷ mà, như trốn chạy ra đi ăn mà. Méo rồi xét full tanh không nhở? Ê trừ xét chút nhảy vào đầu quá nhở. Mẹ cuộc sống. Đéo chơi bố à? Chơi bố à? Đằng sau quả tên lửa ấy, bách về đây. Ê, không sao, tốt thằng Zone cuối ấy, kiểu đéo gì cái ngu nhỉ? Góc này, tất cả đều góc này, tất cả đều góc đấy, tất cả đều góc này, tất cả đều góc này, đúng thằng này. Thằng bé quỷ hay là kiếm Lam Chi Liệt, vẫn thuật dậy. Lơ mồm nhỏ rồi. Hỏng rồi, ơi anh. Để quay cả màn hình CC. Quỷ anh quỷ mà. Ôi hỏng rồi, 31 máu à? Rồi. Thế à? Cái Zero phải tự đánh ấy. Đó, rồi mình có auto. Thì auto này. Trừ. Mày auto. Anh đang bay rất cật lực, anh đang bay rất cật lực đấy. Ui, tao thua rồi, đánh cái thằng ngực chết này khó quá. Anh chơi Zone 3 cái vui, đồ thiếu một cái đồ thôi, lắp diệt vậy. Này chắc là phải lắp diệt rồi anh nhớ đồ. Đấy, Cấp 3 già rồi, giờ ta chỉ nghĩ đến 2k5. Vài vài đấy. Cái gì cơ? Rồi cho mà để góc này lên góc trái, phải luôn. Trung tàu. Anh em quá quen con số đấy ở trong Pet Simulator. Không? Nào xét thắng là không vậy thầy, anh đánh bài thần bài đẹp với cũ nhưng mà tại nó bị kiểu đéo gì ấy, anh đánh toàn bài đẹp chung toàn chị ở 5 còn ra ngoài 5 và đang trên ông bị đẩy ra xuống top 5 ở đấy không phải ta đang hồi anh comeback mày mà kia con kêu kia nó vẫn chết đấy Johnny ơi, bảo mà bằng chết Johnny rồi thôi anh đi rồi xong điều 15 máu. Thấy không? Mình vẫn di chuyển được đó anh em, không phải là mình cứ kệ thế đâu. Yes, em phải ra là sao ấy, sự nhật sao ấy. Rồi mà ui xong và có tiền ra zone trứng xong gì lần trứng cũng qua auto xong cũng qua auto zone trứng nữa chứ. Rồi anh mới ra đánh trận cả sắp được 5 tiếng, sắp được 5 tiếng để mà anh quay từ giờ đến lúc đi tập gym mà thì dậy chống đẩy và phải động các kiểu gì mình 7:30 bắt đầu đi. Giờ tối nay đúng rồi để anh đi về đã, về rồi đánh cờ 1 tiếng xong đi đánh cờ tiếng 8 mình anh mới quay tập tối mà tối mát mát ấy. Hôm nọ anh bị mấy thằng bảo vệ trêu hay sao em ạ, cay đấy bảo vệ này. Ui anh Cương gắt đi cắt đi. Phải chưa? Lái ô tô mà ăn quỵt ai á? Thế phong bạt không? Mày thích phong bạt không? Mày thích phong bạt không? Mày phong bạt hả? Mày phong bạt thằng phong bạt mày thích phong bạt không? Ui phong bạt thằng phong bạt này là phong bạt và khởi đầu tổ đăng kính thôi. Đông là mấy người? Đông là 4 người à? Đông là 4 người. Tao tưởng 4 thôi. Đấy, tao thấy đăng ảnh có mày này, mày, Thương với cả bọn hai cái cặp kia nữa. Đây là tưởng 4. Này anh Lực cũng đi sao? Phải đấm vắt vỡ kinh ngõ xong đây có nhìn gì đâu gì không một. Chờ đâu muốn mày cả cứt à? Căng không cái muốn mày ở cứt à vô. Ê, 3 giờ trời này có ổn không vậy? Đừng quá. Biết, trời như cứt kiểu gì. Ơi ơi, bởi vì tại 3 giờ mà trời này sự cổ áo ấy. Trốn. Cái gì đâu ra vậy? Không. Mày chưa chọn nói à? Song đấu hắc ám hiền giả chuẩn không vậy? Cái bài đéo về đây. Được em. Code web à? Code web à? Biết mà. HTML. HTML đi. Phải không Tuấn? Mấy cái thằng HTML không Tuấn? Cái thằng HTML code chuyên code web này. Cái thằng HTML chuyên code web phải không? Thế à? Đó, mấy cái đấy thôi. Còn đâu mấy cái khác rồi phải khác. Code hoạt ảnh à? Code check. Nó chỉ code chứ kiểu mấy cái ấn thôi, còn đâu code hoạt ảnh là mấy cái khác phải không? Một stack à? Full stack à?